Alright, so this is the rectangular tubing that I picked up that I'll be using for my rocker rails. They measure 1 by 1.5 inches, so they'll tuck up and fit nicely against the rocker pinch welds. I cut these at exactly 5 feet in length because I want to run them all the way back to the rear torque boxes and tie them into that area as well. If you don't want to do all this, you can also buy these pre-made, pre-drilled, painted, all of that. I think they're only about 4 feet in length. I could be wrong on that, but what I do know is that they're about 4 times more expensive than sourcing out the metal and doing it myself. Other than that, not really much to them, literally just rectangular tubing. I'm going to go ahead and mock them up, make sure everything fits properly, and then I'll clean them up, prep and paint them before they get permanently welded into place. So the reason for putting these in, 1, because I'll be tying in the rockers to the subframe connectors for added rigidity, and then 2, to also preserve and protect the pinch welds from getting crushed in again. You'll find this issue on a lot of Fox bodies and SN95s, and it's annoying as hell, but don't get too discouraged. There are ways of bringing them back to form. It's not too difficult, just time and patience more than anything else. I did make a video on this, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Alright, so you can see here the rails are roughly in place. Just wanted to make sure they fit in without any obstruction, especially with the rear torque boxes now in place. Having the rails on the car, you can kind of see or get a better idea of how they'll actually work. The idea is to have them tucked behind the factory pinch welds and leave about 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch of the rail exposed below the pinch weld. Then just weld along the bottom seam every couple of inches, and now you have a much more solid jacking point on the rockers without worrying about crushing the pinch welds ever again. And then once they're welded in there, all that will be left to do is to drill out all the holes for the push clips for the side skirts to mount into. I may end up actually using riv nuts and bolts, but we'll see later on. I also picked up some end caps that'll pop right into each end. It'll give it a nice finished look and prevent any moisture or debris from going inside the rails. So now that I know that they fit like they should, I'll take them off again, clean them, scuff them up, lay some epoxy and POR 15 top coat, some weld through primer along the bottom, and we should be good to go.